Alright, this is the final video I think I'll be doing before I go away. Uh, if you heard that before I said go away, it'd be like, this is the final video I'm doing. Like, oh, that's kind of weird, but yeah, I'm doing a lot of random tutorials if you haven't been able to tell yet, because I'm not sure if I'll put this one up first, or like in the middle or last, because this was asked of about a week ago, a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, I'm not sure, uh, by someone who regularly comments on a lot of my stuff, so this is for you. Someone else on a Facebook group wanted a car spreadsheet, and it's a little in the range of not happening to not happening, so we'll see. Um, yeah, I start with the body work, pretty simple. Uh, for some parts, it is pretty simple. So, yeah, I said start with body work because I don't know if I told you, but I usually start with the 88s, contingencies, sponsors, and then I do body work. I did that for most of it, but I started by putting a nice big circle here. That's a weird shade of yellow inside it, and it's got some like darker yellows, lighter yellows, yellows with yellows inside them, as you can see, to get that sort of like crescent shape. And you're gonna have a huge assortment of that. And then under it here, as you can see, there's a little bit of a gradient leave off to the 88. I had a few more little circles around it here. So this main part is just circles. What I did up here is that I kind of carved this out. I started with a really thin white, carved out a really thin line of white, and then put gradients behind them. So yeah, I just kind of, these are separate from this curve right here. And then for this part, I kind of did the same thing. I just kind of slowly carved it out to about here. Did the same thing, filled it in, and then added a square. But it looks like it's continuing the circle with a gradient here. And this whole little area is just a mismatch of gradients everywhere. Over here, the circle, I started out with a circle right here with a circle inside it so it looks like a ring, and then a circle right here, and then a circle inside that circle, and then weird lines going around here, and then a bunch of little lines, which I'll get to at the end of everything. Right back here, kind of the same deal, just a circle, a gradient behind it. Up on the roof, just some gradients, some lines, nothing too crazy. And then yeah, you'll notice there's like a weird little just weird lines going everywhere. Then a gradient back here that goes off the black, and all around the car you'll see little tiny lines. Those are not supposed to be completely noticeable, but they're supposed to be there to sort of define everything else, give it some texture. Some small things you're not always going to see, but they got to be there. Like I said, just for texture. So that was probably a lot of layers that are on this car, even though there's already a lot besides those. So they're about everywhere. They're over here. They're right in the middle of this. You gotta do them separately. You can't do them all at once. They're different colors. They're going different places. Sometimes you don't see them, but you always want them to sort of just be a tad lighter than whenever you're putting them over. Yeah. Got them over here, got them over here in the middle, got them way over here, and of course got them back here. They're on the other side too. Amp 711 right back here. They're way back here. And if you get all that, those little lines, it'll give it some texture, it'll make it look really good, and you'll be looking pretty good. It's very complex to try to explain this, but I hope that kind of helped a little bit. So yeah, I'll be seeing you guys in my next video. Thank you.